All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma.
Yeah, how are you?
Fine, ma.
Happy weekend to you all.
Same to you, ma.
Yeah, I guess others are ready for the class. Oh, we have just three. I think we're about eight, if I am not mistaken. So let's hold on. Maybe other people will join us before we start. Let's wait 2 or 3 more minutes more. Please communicate others and let them know that the class is about to start. Please.
Okay, ma.
Okay, let's continue. We just have 2 people left on the group. So, good evening once again. You are welcome to this evening's class. Although I took some of the things, I rushed it on Thursday, but I was called to come back today. That's fine. Then on the water leaf and the quill feather that we treated, if you look at the material I sent today, you will discover that there is additional information. So I was trying to also look at the specimens again, and I discovered that from water leaf plants, if you remove a leaf, it has similarities with quill feather and they have differences. So that is where we are going to start from this evening. Okay, I hope you are with me.
Yes, ma. Yeah.
All
Okay, ma.
right. Where is it? So let's start with the observable differences. I've converted the documents before I remember that I didn't have the images. So I will drop the images separately and it will be sent to you. The image of the leaf and the um, quill feather where they are being compared. So let's look at the observable differences. Observable differences. Now, read your question and understand it very well. Peradventure, you are asked to differentiate between water leaf, I meant the leaf now, not the whole plant, and quill feather. And you are told to do that in tabular form. Please do it in tabular form. Okay? Do it in tabular form. Draw your table. Draw your table. Put quill feather on one side and put water leaf. Water leaf, put in brackets the leaf on another side. Okay? And while you are comparing, make sure that your comparison corresponds. How do I mean? Are you following me?
Yes, ma.
So let's assume for water leaf, you want to talk about the color for water leaf. While you are saying the leaf is green, you should talk about the color for the quill feather as well. That is if it is tabular form. Do you get it? Because most times when questions comes in tabular form, this instruction always follows the marking guide. The comparison must correspond to score to have your full mark. So if you are comparing color, ensure that you talk about color for your first point on both specimens. Okay? If you are talking on texture, ensure you talk about texture on both sides for both specimens. Do you understand? So, and make sure you draw your table. Make sure you draw your table. But if you are not asked to put it in tabular form, you can use sentences just like I have it here. So let's look at the observable differences. Number one, compares the color, as I have here in the notes. Number one compares the color. And number one says, water leaf is green in color, while
Ma, you
quill
haven't said
fed.
your thing.
You are not sorry, oh, I didn't share. Sorry. Wow. So all that I have written. I'm sorry, please. I thought I've shared. So I have what I explained last. If you are to differentiate in tabular form, draw your table. Put on one side the first specimen, put on the other side the second specimen you are comparing, or whatever you are comparing. Okay. Number one, you are comparing color. So you must talk about color here, and you must talk about color here as well. Okay. Number two, you want to talk about texture. Talk about texture here and talk about texture here. So with this, you will have your full mark. That is if it is in tabular form. And if it is not in tabular form, compare it in sentences. Compare it in sentences and make your points to correspond to have your full mark. So number one says water leaf is green in color. Water leaf is green in color, while quill feather is usually white. Now, the color of the quill feather depends on the color of the bird from which it is sourced, meaning from which it is gotten. Do you get it? So if it is from a white hen, it means the feather would be white. If it is from a black hen, it means the feather would be black. If it is from a brown hen, it means the feather would be what? Would be brown. Do you get it? And it could have mixed color. And it is one of the reasons why I wrote under this document that also follow the instruction of your biology teacher for the specimen, because they themselves will still write reports for your center. Okay. And the reports of your biology teacher would also be used to assess whatever you have done. Do you get it? Especially for magnification. Do you get it? So, for
Yes, ma'am.
example, let's assume it is orange. Let's say in my school, I provided tangerine. In another school, they provided lemon. In another school, they provided lime. In another school, they provided grape. In another school, they provided sweet orange. They are all citrus family. Do you get it? They are all citrus family. But your teacher, the biology teacher for your center, may report that, okay, I provided lemon. I provided small orange. Do you understand? Which will in turn affect the magnification. So don't work independently. Follow the instruction of your biology teacher. Of course, for biology, for all practicals, your teachers are to be there with you. So if you are confused at any point, please feel free to call their attention. Do you understand? Practical still allows that to an extent. All right. So back to class. Now let's compare the texture of the two specimens. For water leaf, I want to believe all of us have held water leaf before. We may not have held quill feather before, but we would have held water leaf before. We know that water leaf is very flexible, it is very soft, the surface is also smooth. Okay, compared to quill feather. Compared to quill feather, it also has smooth shafts. It has fine but stiff barbs. The barbs are stiff, unlike the water leaf that is flexible. Okay. Then water leaf has a broad and flat shape. Then there is another thing you need to take cognizance, peradventure, because I just thought about it yesterday that students could be asked to remove just the leaf from the water leaf and draw. And I want to believe one of the things that would be looked at is how you draw your leaf. Normally, if you want to draw your leaf, it's going to have this pointed shape. Okay, and you have your leaf stalk. This will be the apex. But for water leaf, it doesn't have this structure like this. Let me clean this. Are we following me?
Yes, ma.
For water leaf, the structure end in something like a V shape and it tapes out. Do you get it? Do you
Yes, ma.
understand what I do?
Yes, ma'am.
So the tip is not pointed. That is a detail parts of water leaf that you need to take note. And that is why water leaf shape is obovate. Obovate. That is the name of that shape of the leaf. It is also in the note. You will see it there. All right. So another comparison is the size. The size. So water leaf has a broad and flat shape. Water leaf has a broad and flat shape, but the quill feather is narrow. You can see from the water leaf that I drew now, it is broad, but the quill is narrow. Sorry. It's narrow. You have the center part. This ends here like this, and then you have it like this. You can see that this shape is different from that of water leaf that I drew. This is what the quill feather looks like. All right. So the quill feather is narrow and it has hard central shaft, and by the side it has the veins that formed the barbs. Okay. Flexibility also and ability to bend is another thing. So the leaf is very flexible, while the quill feather is a bit rigid. If you bend it, it is returning back to the shape immediately. It is very firm. It has firm shaft. Water leaf shows visible branching vein. If you look at it from the back, it has visible um branching vein, while quill feather has one main shaft, which is called rachis, and then the smaller barbs on both sides. A freshwater leaf is moist, meaning it has little water content, or juicy to touch, while a quill feather is dry. And of course, most part of the quill feather is made of dead cells, while the water leaf is made of living cells. Okay, most parts of the quill feather, those barbs, they are dead. They are composed of dead cells. They are mostly made up of keratin. Okay. Um, Water leaf grows from a node on a plant stem, but the quill feather grows from the skin of birds. So whenever you are asked observable question, please note, if you are asked any question and you see the word observable, let your answers be related to what you can see on that specimen. Okay? Let your answers be directly related to what you can see visibly. All right. Sorry. So let's look at the similarities now. What do they have in common? What do they have in common? um Both parts can be detached. The feather can be removed from the bird. The leaf can be removed from the parent plants. Are we following?
Yes, ma.
Yeah. Then each has visible central line. In the water leaf is called the midrib. In the quill feather, it is called shafts, which extended up to form the rachis. Okay, it is called shafts, which extended up to form the rachis. So they have that in common. They are both flat and they are elongated in shape. They are both flat and they are elongated in shape. Then the tip of both structures narrows to a point, giving them a taper end. I'm not 100% going with this, okay? So whatever your point is, let it be between point number 1 and number 3. All right. Then somebody asked a question that what about test of litmus paper? Test of litmus paper. I wrote it under this material as well. Now, I'm not sure you can be asked to test anything with litmus paper. 100%. I'm not sure. The reason is because part of the things that we were instructed to provide, litmus paper is not part of it. Do you understand? And what they did not ask us to provide, they won't ask you to use it. Do you get it? So any
Yes.
test regarding litmus paper, rule it out. Any test regarding litmus paper, rule it out. Okay. Any question on that we have done?
I don't have a question, ma.
Ma, good evening, ma.
Okay.
I don't know where you started though. I just joined.
Because you joined late, oh. We started from the leaf of water leaf and the feather. We did not compare the last time we met. Don't worry, you will get the recordings. It is there. Okay.
Okay, ma.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So we want to look at the remaining specimens. That is the fresh egg, 3 ml of water in a test tube, as well as boiled egg. So the egg, both the boiled egg and the fresh egg, I will still combine it together because they are both eggs. So it is most likely they have questions in common. But before I forget, I took my classroom students, my physical students, this practical yesterday. So we dissected boiled egg, and obviously all these parts were visibly seen except a part which is called the chalaza. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
So we saw the germinal disc, we saw the yolk, we saw the membranes, we saw the albumin, we saw the shell, we saw the hair space. All these important parts are there except the chalaza. But that doesn't rule out the fact that chalaza is there. So peradventure you get to the exam and after dissecting you discover that you did not see chalaza. Don't disturb yourself, okay? Don't disturb yourself. It is still part of it. Then if you are to draw and label, please, the important part that must be labeled, the shell, the albumin, the chalaza. Albumin is albumin, whether thick or thin. When you want to draw it as well, please don't indicate this other division. Okay, don't indicate that. Just make your albumin to show. Albumin is what? Albumin. All right. So the shell, the albumin, the germinal disc, very, very important. The yolk, the ear space, and the chalaza. These are the core parts, okay, and the membrane too. Just one membrane, or you can make it two. membrane. So those are the important parts. Those are the important parts. The shell, you can see that, you must label it. The membrane, immediately after the shell, you will see it, label it. After the membrane, you are going to see the albumin, label it. After the albumin, you will see a demarcation between the albumin and the yolk. If you remember, you can label it, but if you don't remember, move on. You will see the yolk. And on the yolk or in the yolk, you will see the germinal disc. And at this portion, you are going to see a space. There is always a space here. The space is called ear space. It is here that is occupying the space. That is why it is called ear space. Okay? Then, reminder, don't say because you're looking at this diagram and you have arrows and you have arrows and the labelings and did not align, you want to do it like that. No, please play by the rules. Don't use arrow for labeling. Okay? Don't use arrow for labelings. Don't use arrow at all. And then all these labels, let them align on a straight line. So this line that is coming from here should stop here. This one coming should stop here. This one coming should stop here. Do you get it? And this thin line that I also wrote must not appear as well. You can just put it there as a guide to ensure that your labeling is aligned. And then please, no pen. I don't know if I lay emphasis on that the last time. Anything pen must not appear in your diagram. On the diagram, on the lines, on the labelings, on the title, on the magnification. Don't use pen at all. Use pencil all through. Use pencil all through and make your title and magnification to be below your diagram. Very, very important. Don't forget, please. Don't forget. Are we together?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
All right. So let's now analyze the egg. Parts that were labeled, let's look at their functions. So let's start with the eggshell. The eggshell. The eggshell itself, let me even ask, what is the color of the shell?
Would be brown, ma'am.
Brown. Okay.
And some white.
I think light brown or something. It should be light brown. All right. So let's
Some
look at the
mostly
function of
white.
the eggshell. Yeah. So number one function of the eggshell is that it protects the contents of the egg. Okay. Everything that is within the egg is protected by the shell. Everything within the egg is protected by the shell. And it protects those things from mechanical damage. It protects those structures from injuries. All right. Another thing is that the egg, the shell is permeable. When we say something is permeable, what does it mean?
Can enter, can penetrate.
It allows
It allows
materials to move. Yeah, it allows materials to move in or move out, although selective materials. So it allows exchange of gases. That is how the exchange of gases. Remember that the egg itself is a cell. It's a gamete. Hello? The egg is a gamete. Is it a male gamete or female gamete? Hello, are
both.
you there?
Yes, ma'am, we are here.
Yeah, that
I think
egg,
it's both. Yeah.
it is a sex. You see now, thank God I remember. It is a sex cell. It is a cell. That egg is a cell. It is a sex cell. It is a gamete. So my question is it a male or female gamete?
Maybe female.
Okay, you said female, somebody said both. So which one should we go for? So it is a female sex cell. It is a female gamete. Do you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
And that is why they copulate. Then another thing about that egg is that it undergoes internal fertilization. Although birds are oviparous, but they undergo internal fertilization. What is internal fertilization? Before the yolk, before the yolk is covered, before the yolk is covered with the albumin, it must have come in contact with the sperm. So fertilization would have taken place within the egg, within the female animal, before the egg is laid. Do you get it?
No,
So,
ma. Please repeat.
all right. Fertilization in that egg is internal fertilization. Internal fertilization. And what is internal fertilization? Internal fertilization is the fusion of the male and female gametes inside the body of the female animal. Okay, so if the egg is a fertilized egg, fertilization must have taken place before it is even covered with the shell. Do you get it?
Yes, ma.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. But not all eggs are fertilized eggs. If the female animal that laid that egg does not copulate, the egg will not be fertile. Okay? And then because this thing is a process. This thing is a process. So the head, which is female Eve, so to say, has a way of storing sperm during copulation so that for every matured yolk, they come in contact with the sperm before they are being covered with the albumin, before they are being covered with the shell. Do you get it?
Ma, does this mean that the unfertilized egg was produced asexually by the mother?
They were not produced asexually, but normally, okay, let me use human being for example. I'm sorry, I just have to do this for better understanding. Normally, whether a female human being has reached, is married for copulation or not, the female human being will produce egg. Do you get it? So it is when the egg is fertilized. It is when the egg is fertilized that a baby is formed. Do you get it? So for every female animal, they have tendencies of producing egg. But the egg cannot develop into a baby, into chicks, if they are not fertilized. Do you get it? So for most of the eggs we consume, they are called table eggs. They are called table eggs because they are not fertilized egg. Do you get it now? So normally, matured hen will lay eggs. Normally, matured hen would lay egg. But if the egg comes in contact with sperm before it is laid, it is a fertilized egg that is capable or have the tendency of developing into a chick, okay, through the process of incubation. Do you get it?
Yes,
I,
ma.
I hope you all understand now. So with this, I want you to go and read the reproductive system in chicks, in birds. Please check it. reproductive system in birds. All right. So back to class, back to the point. Now, the egg is a cell, it is a gamete. Okay, so and it is a living cell. So the shell permits oxygen in and out in order to keep the egg alive. All right, it prevents water loss too. It prevents water loss. The shell also serves as barrier, meaning it prevents contamination by microbes or other contaminants. It prevents contamination by microbes or other contaminants. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what type of reproduction does the egg suggest? Yeah, it is a sexual reproduction because it is in sexual reproduction that eggs are produced. You know, for asexual reproduction, it is just the plant part that is used. So there is no need for it is just yeah, for asexual reproduction, it is division of the body of the organism. There is no need for egg formation. Okay. And birds are oviparous animals. Birds that lays the egg, they are oviparous animals. Reason for that is because when we say an organism is oviparous, it means the organism must lay egg before the egg will hatch and develop into a baby. Okay? Do you get it?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
oviparous lays their egg. Okay, so the embryo develops outside the mother, outside the body of the mother. That is oviparous. So all birds are oviparous. They lay their egg and they incubate it. Do you get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. So we have, after the shell, we have the egg albumin. We have the egg albumin. And what is the function of the egg albumin? That is the white portion of the egg is what we call the egg albumin. It provides water and supplies protein. Now, note, it is that albumin that contains protein in egg. Egg is proteinous. Eat one egg a day. It is the albumin. All right. So that is the part that is proteinous and it also contains water. So it supplies water, it supplies protein for the developing embryo. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Then
Yes,
it
ma'am.
also serves as support. It also serves as cushion for the yolk. You know, the yolk is very, very important because that is the part that carries the germinal disc of the egg. That is the part that carries the germinal disc. So it is a very delicate part of the egg. So the albumin provides support. It provides support cushion for the yolk. What is the role of the yolk? The yolk is the main source of food for the embryo. Even in fishes, that their egg is only yolk. In amphibians, that their egg is only yolk. That yolk provides food for the developing embryo. So it nourishes the developing embryo. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So the yolk contains the vitamins, the minerals, the fats. All right? The minerals, the vitamins, the fats, and another nutrient the embryo needs for growth. It is found in the yolk. The function of the chalaza, that is what suspends the yolk in position. The chalaza holds the yolk in position. It puts it in place. Okay. And the ear space, what is the function of the ear space? It helps in gaseous exchange. It helps in gaseous exchange for the embryo. All right. So it supplies gas for the developing embryo. I think I have explained, is the egg a zygote or a gamete? It is a gamete. It is a gamete. But by the time it is fertilized and the germinal disc has started developing, it becomes a zygote. Okay.
Ma, please, what is the
Um,
difference between zygotes and gametes as well as
zygote and
embryo?
zygote, embryo. So who is giving us that differences? Let me push it back to you first, because I know I have explained this thing to you before. Excuse me. Excuse me. A minute. Excuse me, please. All right, excuse me, please. I needed to attend to something immediately. I'm sorry. Okay, so who is answering that? Gametes, embryo, zygotes. Who is answering that, please? Hello, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, we
Hello?
are here.
All right. Gametes, zygotes, embryo. Nobody. All right. Let me quickly explain. When we say gametes, gametes is sex cell that is produced by organisms. Okay. So for female animal, the gametes is also known as the female sex cell, and it is the egg that is gametes. For male, if they have male sex cell, the gamete is the male sex cell, and it is the sperm. That is for animals. In plants, the male sex cell is the pollen grains. The male sex cell is the what? Pollen grains. And the female sex cell or the female gamete is the ova. Do you get it? Now, when fertilization takes place, once the male and the female gamete fuses together, they form what we call zygotes. So zygotes is as a result of fusion or successful fertilization. Zygote is as a result of fusion of male and female sex cell or fusion of male and female gametes. Are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So once the zygote is formed, cell division will continue to take place, and the zygote will continue to increase in size, in weight, and that is what we develop into embryo. But immediately after fertilization, what is formed is zygote, and the zygote is what develops into the embryo. Do you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So can we progress now? All right. So external development, and it is because the egg develops outside the body of the animal. All right. So the eggs can be incubated by the mother hen, or there is a machine that helps to hatch the eggs, fertilized egg, and that is called the incubator. A machine called incubator. Okay. What is the shell made of? What is the nutritional content of the shell? The shell is made of calcium, very rich in calcium. And that is why even in feed composition, it can be used to form feed for animals. You are supplying them with calcium. All right? Are we together?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the egg is a complete food. You know, that is why there is this campaign, eat an egg a day. It contains protein, it contains minerals, it contains vitamins, it contains fats. All right. We have the germinal disc located within the egg, within the yolk. What is the function? That is the part that forms the embryo. That is the part that forms the embryo. So the embryo starts to develop from the germinal disc. Okay. Um. So um for the egg, for the egg, you are provided with water. It is most likely you would be instructed. Of course, you are going to carry out protein tests. I told you that on Thursday. So it is most likely part of the album. Now, if you want to carry out your protein tests, which parts is advisable for you to use?
Egg white, albumin.
Yes, egg white or the albumin. Okay. So you are to bring it out. I don't know, maybe you would be asked to add water, add your sodium hydroxide, and also add your 1% copper sulfate. So if you had these two reagents, so with the practical I did yesterday, if you use, I don't know, based on the instruction anyways, if you use the ordinary egg white and you had the reagents, the purple color is not very purple and it is near dark. All right. But if you had water first and you had your reagents, you have this clear, sure purple color. So I wouldn't know the procedure they would require you to follow. Do you understand? Whichever one, once you had sodium hydroxide and you had your 1% copper sulfate, Cu2SO4 or CuSO4, and you have purple color, your observation, and your observation is purple color, your conclusion and inference should be protein is present. Do you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I've taken both the
Yes, ma'am.
boiled egg and fresh egg together. So let's run through this water again. We did it on Thursday. We did it on Thursday. So let me run through it again. Importance of water in reproduction. It is needed for movement, circulation within animals. It is the medium for fertilization. That is for group of animals that are called the fishes and the amphibians. Okay. It is needed for seed germination. It hydrates cells. It hydrates cells. In plants, water is needed for photosynthesis, transportation of nutrients. It maintains turgidity as found in herbaceous plants. All right. So, like the water leaf has herbaceous stem. So it is turgidity that helps it to stand upright. Are you with me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma.
Yeah, it also cools the
Yes,
plant's
ma'am.
temperature through transpiration. It cools the plant's temperature through transpiration. You remember, transpiration is the removal of water from plants in form of water vapor. It is needed for seed germination. It is one of the conditions that must be met before seed can germinate. There must be water. It will soften the seed coat and it will also activate the enzymes. The water will activate the enzymes within the seed. Importance of water to animals. Water is needed for digestion, it is needed for circulation, it is needed for excretion, it is needed for regulation of body temperature. It is needed for regulation of body temperature. It is also needed for hydration. It is also needed for hydration of body cells. Then in the ecosystem, is water useful? Of course, yes. And it is because it supports all lives, it supports the life of plants, it supports the life of animals. So it supports all lives, even microorganisms. They thrive well in moist environments. Okay. Habitats, water serves as habitats for aquatic organisms, such as the lakes, such as the oceans. Okay, the rivers, they are water bodies where living organisms can be found. Nutrient cycling, pollination and seed disperser. Nutrient cycling, pollination and seed disperser. Um, water is also needed. Water is also needed. So water is very, very essential for all living organisms. All living organisms. So I noticed here, no test by litmus paper because it is not part of what should be provided, and also work alongside with your biology instructor. Okay. So I don't know if you have any question based on this.
Ma, please, the test paper interpretation for biology practical this year, has it been released?
The what? The what? Hello?
The test paper interpretation for this year's biology practical, has it been
Test
released?
paper for interpretation.
Yes, ma.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Test paper for interpretation. I don't understand. What does that
Oh,
test paper for interpretation mean?
like it's kind of showing what to be expecting in the biology practical.
They don't used to. The only thing they send to teachers is your specimens and what needs to be provided. All those things you used to see, just like I did, it is teachers that brings it out. So all these specimens is what you would be tested on in your biology practical. These are what you will be tested on. These are what will be provided for you for your biology practical. So I don't know if I have answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other question? Any other question? All right. So for all of you that you have seen your JAMB results, kudos to you. Well done. Don't relax. Don't relent. It still remains WAEC. We want A's, 9 A's, 8 A's, 7 A's. Okay. And you can all have it. You can have it. I'm sure you can have it. So work hard. Don't relent. Don't rely on expo, please. It is whoever understands or knows what he's doing that will even be able to interpret expo. Peradventure it comes around. So don't join multitudes to be lazy. Do your diligence, and God will crown your good efforts with good results in Jesus' name. So thank you all.
Amen.
Thank
I
you,
wish
ma'am.
you wonderful night rest and success in all your papers. See
Amen.
you again. Are we seeing again?
Good
I'm
night,
not
ma'am.
sure. Have a wonderful night rest and see you in the future.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, see you in the glorious future. Yeah, good night. Bye.